Hey, it's Mike from TRIDOS.DESIGN, and in this video we'll go over the installation for the Open Universal Holster mount for the AAP-01, so that you can install and mount the pistol inside the Novrtisch Open Holster. And so for this installation, you will need a 2mm and 1.5mm hex keys, and also I strongly recommend to have some thread glue available, as that might come in handy just to avoid any issues in the long term. So let's get rid of most of the things, and let's open up the parts. So in the box we get 5 different parts, and the first thing you want to do is decide on which side you'll want to holster the pistol. So if you're a right-handed user, you'll probably want to install it on the left side, and vice versa. If you're a left-handed user, you'll probably want to install it on the right side. So we'll go over the installation for the right-handed users, so installing the mount on the left side, but the procedure is the same and even slightly easier on the left-handed people. So this is the bracket. This is what mounts onto the pistol, and it sits something like this. So make sure you align it properly. So it should go on this side like so. And we can go ahead and take the actual block part. So this is what slides into the mount itself, the holster. And you can go ahead and connect these two parts. They should slide together, something like that. Now we have the correct alignment. We can take the smaller M2.5 screw and install it in the front. So, and this is the place where we recommend you grabbing some thread glue. So take the 1.5mm hex key and recommend applying a little bit of thread glue just so the screw doesn't come open, as you'll probably not be switching sides anytime soon. So go ahead and tighten it. Don't go too harsh on this screw, as since it's a 1.5mm hex, it's quite easy to strip the head on this one. So that's why I recommend adding some thread glue in there, so you don't have to over tighten it. Next up, we'll have to start removing a few pieces from the pistol itself. So the first part we need to remove is the screw right here. We're going to put this aside. We won't be needing that one. It's being replaced by a longer one right here. And now the trickiest part is to remove the trigger pin and replace it with this screw, as this goes through the trigger from the other side to hold the mount very solidly in place. So for this one, we need to be removing the pin. So all the trigger pins are removed from the left side. So you can start by pushing it out a little bit. Now the tricky part is that for the right-handed users, we'll have to install this pin from the right side, but we have to remove the pin fully before we reinstall it. So just to be on the safe side, we recommend taking something like a pin and hold it in place and push it fully out, just so you don't lose the alignment on the trigger. And then we can go ahead and start replacing it with the screw. It might take a little bit of wiggling to get it through, but it should slide in something like that, and it should poke out through the other end. And now we can go ahead and start installing it on the actual mount. So we can start by threading it on there. On the first batch, some of the screws are slightly tight inside the threads in this part, so don't be afraid to apply a little bit of pressure. It might be a bit of tighter fit than usually. So you can go ahead and basically tighten the screw almost all the way. And then we'll want to go ahead and align this front part right here and install the longer screw that came in the kit. And you can go ahead and tighten this one as well. It's also recommended you can use some thread glue on this part as well. And now that it's all in place and aligned, you can go ahead and tighten this screw fully so it doesn't come loose. And that's it. That's the installation done. It's now ready to be holstered inside the Novrtisch Open Holster. And as you can see, slides in perfectly and that's the installation complete. Keep in mind, this is not a closed back holster. It doesn't protect your trigger, so be mindful. That's it. And if you have any questions or issues, feel free to write us at TRIDOS Airsoft on Facebook or via our email, and we'll help you out as best as we can. And happy airsofting.